And the question on the table is, what do you do as an appraiser? Okay. Is that a 2-car garage or a 3-car garage when you've got a tandem bay behind? It's very common in my area.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast.
Minisode.
Well, it's the old tandem garage debacle. Going to throw that out there today for you. Want to pause here, remind you we are sponsored by ANOW Software. ANOW, of course, is the way that I keep track of everything in my office. Folks, what does that mean? That means I can know the answer to almost any question instantly. This morning I was thinking about, whatever happened to that order that I was working on, but then got put on hold? And literally within 6 seconds, I pulled up my phone, started to type in the address, and I knew the answer was right there. It's still on hold. We're still waiting for the AMC to get back to us. Folks, ANOW can answer any question you have that quickly. It's anow.com/coach, anow.com/coach. One thing that ANOW may not be able to answer for you is when you have 2-car garage doors but a deep bay that you can put a 3rd car in, is that a 3-car garage? Okay. Now, I'll tell you one thing that ANOW actually can do for you. In fact, I'll just pause here. I know it's early in the episode, but I want to share with you something that ANOW does do. Okay. And I promise you, we will answer the question on the table today. But let's do the sponsorship now, because I think this is applicable. This is really cool. So ANOW has what's called tags, and you're all familiar with tags. If you've done anything online, you know what a tag is, right? It's the ability to categorize something. ANOW has tags when it comes to your appraisals. So you can tag almost anything. Well, you can tag anything, okay? And you just have to remember what tags you use. But I just use a variety of tags, okay? I'll give you an example. The other day I did what's called, what I affectionately call, I don't think this is an official name, but a shouse, okay? It's a shop house. It's a SHOUSE, a shouse. It's basically, it's a shop. From the outside, you would think it's a shop, and on the inside, there's living space. Maybe it's above, maybe it's behind, but you've got a big shop area, and then you've got kind of a condo apartment, if you will, connected to it. And they're becoming more and more popular in this area, mostly in the rural areas. Someone has little acreage. They've got toys, they've got boats, they've got, side-by-sides and four-wheelers or tractors, work equipment, but they need a little place to live as well. Okay, so we've been doing a lot of these. And when I get done with one of these, or when I'm doing one of these in ANOW, I just simply put a tag in there that I put a tag in there for shop. I put in a tag in there for shop house. I put a tag in there for shouse. And now, literally every time I do one of those things, okay, so this is what happened yesterday. I did a shouse yesterday. I went in there and I'm like, oh, dude, I know I've done like 2 or 3 of these recently. I typed the word shouse and boom, 2 or 3 came up. And I was able to go through my old work files and find out if and what an adjustment is warranted on that particular property. That's the type of thing that ANOW can do. And I bring it up today because we're talking about tandem the garages. Why not tag? If you do the research, right, and you find whether or not these things, and we're going to talk about this today, about whether these things actually create value or have value or maybe detract from value in your particular neighborhood, in your particular market, then you can now tag in ANOW tandem, right? Just put the word tandem, and next time you do one of these, you don't have to redo all of your work. Folks, ANOW saves you time. ANOW saves you money. You can tag ANOW. Folks, that's the great thing about ANOW. ANOW will save you time. ANOW saves you money. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of an expense every month. Folks, it's not an expense when you think about the time and effort and money. I would never go back. ANOW is that good. anow.com/coach, anow.com/coach. Welcome back, folks. We're talking about this question that comes up quite often. I see it on the online forums. Someone will come in and say, I've got a what looks like a two-car garage from the outside. It's kind of hard to describe in audio, but imagine this: you've got a two-car garage door, okay? But once they open it up, you can literally easily park an additional third car behind one of the other cars. It's a tandem garage. Or maybe you've got a one-car garage, but you could easily put two cars in it, but you would have to back one of them out to get to the other one. And the question on the table is, what do you do as an appraiser? Okay? Is that a two-car garage or a three-car garage when you've got a tandem bay behind? It's very common in my area. Quite common. Okay? In fact, I would say 50% of the time, at least in homes that have been built, say in the last 15 years, if you drive past and the garage door is closed, you would think it's a two-car garage, but if the garage door came open, you could see clear to the back. It's going to be at least a three-place garage. So what is that? Is that a two-car garage? Is that a three-car garage? Well, good question. Good question. And with good questions comes this answer. Typically, as an appraiser, you're used to this answer, right? It's a two-word answer. You hear it often. And you hear my good friend Tim Anderson use this answer often because it's true. It's the only answer that's out there. It's the good answer. It's the right answer. And the answer is, it depends. Okay, just what you wanted, right? It depends. All right, let's talk about UAD for a second, okay? UAD, Appendix D, the field-specific standardization requirements of UAD, the most current version as of this recording. Let me read to you from that version, okay? If the subject property has a driveway, garage, and or carport, the appraiser must enter the number of spaces for each type of car storage. Okay, let me repeat that. I'll just summarize it. If the subject property has a garage, the appraiser must enter the number of spaces each type of car for each type of car storage. Okay? So, if you have a garage that will fit 3 cars, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, the way I'm reading UAD is you've got to put 3 cars. Okay? Well, Dustin, that's not a 3-car garage because you have to move 1 car to get... That's not what it says. UAD, if the subject property has a driveway, garage, or carport, the appraiser must enter the number of spaces for each type of car storage. Not whether or not you have to, not the functionality, but the space itself. Okay. Here's the caveat. That does not mean you have to give it value. Let me repeat. That does not mean you have to give it value. That's where the "it depends" comes from. If you're using UAD, the way I read UAD, you got to put 3-car garage. Okay? Even if it's a 2-car door, you've got to put that there's 3 spaces. However, there's nothing wrong with an explanation and a reason why you didn't make an adjustment between the 3-car garage that is your subject and the 2-car garage that is your comp. Well, Dustin, how do we know that the 2-car garage is real? Because we have realtors we can reach out to, and we have data, and we have photos, and we have everything else, right? Usually you can figure it out. And if you can't, again, is there any difference in value anyway? I don't know. Again, this comes back to the question on the table, and the answer on the table is it depends. With so many of these types of questions, it really depends on your market. I can tell you in my market, I've been unable to find support for a deep garage. Try as I might, okay? Tandem garages in my mind and in my market, the way that I've done the research, I don't see that there's a difference. So according to UAD, do I need to put 3-car? I read it that way. But do I have to give an adjustment between a 3-car that's a tandem and a 2-car? I don't think so. That's up to you. That's up to your market. That's why we are the local experts. Speaking of experts, is there something you want to be an expert on? Is there something that you want to learn more about? Okay, I want you to do this. I want you to go to my website. I want you to type in theappraisercoach.com. Okay. And then I want you to go to, you know what? As I'm saying this, my website has changed and I didn't even know it. How funny. I love Great Assistance. It looks really good, by the way. Good job, Lee. Looks awesome. Maybe it was Ray. Good job, Ray. All right, so I want you to go to my website, theappraisercoach.com, then I want you to go to products, okay? And with products, I want you to just scroll down and you will be shocked and dismayed. You will be blown away with how many products are there, okay? Specifically the webinars, rethinking your appraisal business, mobile appraising inspections, human resources, quality control and auditing, technology to make your life easier, on it, not in it, appraiser or business owner, AMCs can be lucrative. Yes, they can. Non-lender trade-off, social media and marketing, alternative appraisals, virtual assistants, ask Dustin anything, appraisal office server, perfect appraisal office, accounts receivable, ANOW software, Omnia, changes in the appraisal. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, they go on and on and on and on. And guess what, folks? They're all free if you are a member of my All-Star team. $49 a month, folks. 1 month will give you everything, access to everything, folks. If you just want to take one of these webinars, it's $49, folks. And then you can take anything else you want. It's absolutely free on top of your membership. Again, go to theappraisercoach.com/products and join today.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.
And an airplane just flew past my window. Oh, the joy of live recordings. All right. Let's back up to where was I?